You're watching the TC MMA podcast.
Now we're moving into middleweight. You can see how the UFC is trying to beef up the bigger divisions. Now Torrez Finney makes his return again. He's 9-0, taking on David El-Ramy out of Spain. So this is USA versus Spain, and El-Ramy is 7-1. So let's get into that fight right now. In the middleweight division at Dana White's Contender Series, your co-main event, you got David El-Ramy coming in at 7-1, taking on Torrez Finney. Comes in at a perfect 9-0. Now, Ramy, as we'll call him, is 4 inches taller at 6 feet. He's a tall middleweight. Well, not tall. Finney actually is just short at 5'8". Ramy's 28, Finney 25. Finney's been here before, 76-inch reach. He fights right-handed. Less than one significant strike per minute in the last fight, but had multiple takedowns. And that's not going to get the job done, right? When you come in, you need to get finishes. More on that in a minute. Now, Ramy, in his 7 wins, 5 KOs, 2 decisions. He's fighting out of Spain. In the one loss, it was by KO, and that was back in 2019. So it's been a while. Now, Torrez Finney, in his 9 wins, 6 KOs, 1 submission. All right? So you have that, but then he comes in against Cameron Ralston, and it goes to a decision. And now all of a sudden he's a takedown specialist. Who's not landing a lot of significant strikes. So he wins by decision. Dana White says no. But guess what? He gets another chance. He probably pleaded for another chance. At least you would hope he would. But listen, he didn't lose, so he gets another opportunity. Before he got here, he won by TKO at Combat Night, fought at Dana White's Contender Series in 2023 as well. So this will be his 3rd fight at the Contender Series. And it's crazy because Dana White's probably second guessing his decision, but last year at the Contender Series, he submitted Yuri Penfarov, then beat Tyson Jeffries, right? Then came back to Contender Series this year and won by decision. And, in both of these fights, he got 1 submission, but in the second fight, it was kind of a boring decision of just control time. So, Dana White's probably thinking, I should have just taken this guy before when he got the submission, but now I can't take him in a fight like that, especially when there's 4 or 5 other good fighters on this card. This was a fight that was on a great card, and he didn't get in. But I still think Torrez Finney has a good opportunity to come in here and win, but he's going up against a good fighter, right? A guy that's a KO specialist who's probably going to get taken down. And Finney, hopefully if you're Finney, I don't think you come in here and change your game plan, right? I look for the takedown and then submission. Because if you're going up against a guy that's got 5 KOs and you're thinking, okay, the submission didn't get me in, dominant control of nearly 14 minutes in a 15-minute fight didn't get me in. So I guess what Dana White's saying is I need a KO. And if he thinks like that, he's liable to get KO'd. So he's got to be careful. Torrez, if you're listening to this, you got to be careful in this fight. Don't worry, I know you want to get into the UFC, but don't change what you're doing. That's why you're 9-0. If control time is the way you got to win the fight, that's how you win the fight. And you just keep winning, right? If you keep winning, they can't deny you. So, we'll talk about this during the reaction to this fight at some point too, I'm sure. But listen, Finney's just got to come in with his normal game plan and get to 10-0 and let the chips fall where they may. Now, with other guys, I'll say you need to get the finish, you need to do this, yeah, but he's already won twice at the Contender Series. You go 3-0 with the Contender Series and you're 10-0 overall, I think the UFC's got to let you in. I don't care how you win the fight. All right? So, hopefully he doesn't make a mistake and trip up here. But I like Torrez Finney to win the fight, to move to 10-0. It's just hard to say how at this point. But he can definitely dominate on the ground and hopefully get the submission. And that's what it is. Middleweight division. Dana White's Contender Series. And I really hope Torrez Finney sees this prediction at some point, because I have a feeling he's going to go in and try to impress and get the finish and get caught in a bad position. But the guy's got tremendous ability to take you down and control you for the fight, which is not always popular, especially when you're trying to snag a UFC contract. President Dana White wants to see a finish. And that could get you in a world of trouble. So
he's gonna fight, he's gonna fight, hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height, bringing that thunder with all his might, saying step up, wanna fight, hold up, think twice. Gladiator assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded.